Hi, I'm Bob Ford. I'm on the national faculty at the Alliance. I'm here today to talk to you about additional insured status. So many people in the world believe that additional insured status is a routine request, it's a routine ask, and everybody does it. So, what's the big deal? Many assume it's foolproof. The issue is additional insured status is not all a bed of roses. And there are many different ways that it can backfire on you. I'm here today to just give you one example of how that might look if it was issued improperly. Now, the names in my story are changed to protect the innocent here. But let's start out like this. The agency gets a call one day from their client, and we'll call them ABC Construction. ABC informs the agency that they need a certificate of insurance for a general contractor that has hired them to perform work at a job site. Now, the agency also asked for a copy of the insurance requirements, and they received them. They found that in the insurance requirements, there was a statement that needed to be placed on the certificate of insurance. Here's what the statement says. All parties required by contract are additional insured on the general liability, the automobile liability, the excess umbrella liability, and the pollution liability. Now, that is a pretty broad statement to put on a certificate of insurance because, after all, when the agency issues a certificate, it promises that all coverages were enforced the day you issued the certificate as represented. Well, the representation is pretty broad. All parties required by contract are additional insureds. So without reading the construction contract, the agency complied. They issued the certificate. They issued it with that language on it. Now, sometime down the road, an employee of ABC is working on the roof of the construction project and drops a tool off the roof. They hit a pedestrian passing by. Of course, the pedestrian is injured and injured to the point where lawsuits are launched. Now, who's going to get sued in an injury like this? And of course, the answer is everybody. And so, what do you mean by everybody? Well, the owner of the project, it's their spot, their place, their building. The general contractor is going to get sued because they're responsible for bringing the subcontractor onto the job site in the first place. And the subcontractor, ABC Construction, is going to get sued for dropping the tool. So each party then tenders a defense over to ABC's insurance. Of course, the project owner and the general contractor ask for defense based on what they think is additional insured status. And ABC, being the named insured on the policy, asks for defense under the policy contract as that, the named insured. Now, one of the first things that's going to happen when you see a claim like this is the adjuster is going to want to read the contract between the two parties. What the adjuster found in that construction contract was a requirement to provide additional insured status for number one, the subcontractor ABC provides for the general contractor and the project owner. Without reading the contract, the agency issues two additional insured endorsements for their insured ABC. One is an ISO, additional insured owners, lessees, contractors, scheduled persons, CG 2010. And that takes care of ongoing operations. Number two was additional insureds, lessees, or contractors, completed operations, CG 2037. And that takes care of any completed operations. Now, while these endorsements don't require a written contract, and that's a good thing, both of them do require privity of contract. In other words, to name a party as an additional insured on both of these endorsements, there must be a direct contract between the named insured ABC and that upstream party. Now, the issue here was, had the agency read the construction contract, they would have seen that the contract requirement called for an automatic endorsement, a totally different kind of endorsement. It requested or required additional insured owners, lessees, contractors, automatic status for other parties. That's otherwise known as a CG 2038. While the endorsement does require the performance of ongoing operations on behalf of the additional insured, it does not require privity of contract. Thus, issuing the wrong endorsement did not satisfy the contract requirement, which was to provide additional insured status for the project owner. Right? So the outcome was ABC was sued for breach of contract by the project owner, and in return, ABC then sued its agent for the error on the policy. The easy fix? Get all the information, read the contract, identify what's required, and put it on the policy. Act as an advisor to your client.